Once upon a time in a distant land, there stood 4 members. Jace, OG Bobby the Great that ever lived, Ty, and the beautiful Princess Hime. They came together in times of darkness to form light, and that light became Shibuya Station Podcast. Welcome, everybody. All right. How you doing, you dusty motherfuckers? This is Shibuya Station Podcast, episode 3. Team 7 is back. I'm joined by Jace, Ty, and the lovely Princess Hime. Can I get everybody to introduce themselves?
After you introduce us?
Yeah, after he introduced us, this is Jace, Fashion 40. Find me on IG, find me on Twitter, and the Twitter all day, Vegeta's GOAT.
Hey everybody, it's Hime. You can find me on Instagram at Celestial Songbird, and Twitter. I think it's the same thing, Tequila Lovebird, maybe. I don't know yet. We'll put it somewhere in the link, maybe. I'm excited to talk to my boos. It's been a while, so welcome back, everybody.
Bookman!
It's King Bonnet the 5th.
Do!
I might change that to my IG, so y'all gonna have to hold on. What up?
Yo.
I got a mallet. Y'all don't even understand how happy I am.
Ty is back.
The original Bookman is back.
The Encyclopedia Brown Skin Brother.
Animes most animes. He is the Morpheus of animes.
Mr. Delicious himself.
Twitter, lend me your ears.
Mr. Delicious. Alright, so, welcome back, guys. It's been a year and some change. Thank you.
The kings are
Definitely back. Yo, so what's the episode? The kids are back in town or Team 7?
Team 7 is back.
Alright, is that a vote, guys?
Team 7 is back, the kids are back in town.
Colon is
Stop
clean.
it. Oh my.
Well, we know somebody's fashioned up like 40 because they cleaning their colons now.
Hey, there you go.
Nah, because we shitting on him.
I only speak in mallet.
Wait, what?
The man only speaks in mallet.
that means I only speak in mallet.
Alright, so wait. How can we do the recap if you speak in mallet?
I'll translate.
Yeah. And guess who has the tough problem of actually speaking about recaps? Mr. Encyclopedia himself. What has been going on this past week?
Damn, that sounds crazy. I'm gonna have to talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not that fluid.
What came through this week?
Let's just get to the good part.
Can we talk about King Shigaraki?
Shigaraki.
It's
Please and thank you.
definitely my hero all day. My
All
hero's
right.
the answer.
King Sriracha.
King Shigaraki.
King Sriracha.
Alright, so what happened? Give us an overview of what happened.
King Sriracha and his mighty merry men of sauce kicked him. Nah,
This band of thieves.
they read some books. They became woke. And shit got really hectic in like no time, and then all of a sudden I forgot that Deku was even the main character of the story.
Facts.
Alright.
Yo, can I get like before you start this? But can I like what's the dude that made my hero? Horikoshi.
Yeah.
Thank you, Horikoshi, bro. Thank you, bro. Like you giving me my whole month, bro. Like you've been keeping me entertained with the Shigaraki art, bro. Thank you.
Alright, can I go on record and I'm gonna just throw this shit out in the window? Don't kill me for this. Can we say that this is top 5 best manga arc ever?
No, yeah.
Right now.
Ooh,
Nah, we
top
can still
5,
say
but
that.
where in top 5?
Internally,
Middle top 5?
up until the past to now.
No, but where? Is it lower top 5 or upper top 5?
I'm going 3.
Ooh.
Pretty good.
Clean
I'm going
middle.
3.
Clean middle.
Do y'all need the list?
Yeah, give me the
Ooh,
list.
let's do the list.
Alright, so number 1
Are we
is
talking about of all time?
all time.
Okay.
Yes. I really went out on a limb and said that.
So you're saying top 3 then?
And I'm saying
Yeah, right.
it's
Oh,
3.
that's brave. It's
Let's
not
do
really
top
brave.
3.
Yeah.
Like
It's top 3, but it's 3.
That end game, that potential is so good. Like God believe it could be top 3.
No. But as of right now, to this time, so from
I love
1980 to 2019, this has been this arc from My Hero has been top 3.
So who's your 1 and 2?
My 1 is definitely the Frieza saga.
Copy.
And then 2, I'm going Chimera Ant.
Oh, that's cool. That's a really good saga right there. That
3 is going to be the villain saga for My Hero, which I guess this is what it's called.
But what was your 3 before?
My 3 before was actually Marine 4.
It would be technically.
It was no. One Piece Marine 4.
So that's your number 4.
And that's my 4, and then my 5 is still Pain Arc Naruto.
So who got bumped off the top 5?
So, unfortunately, I have to say, by Goatee 13 Saga is what's the Rukia Retrieval Plan arc? That had to go.
I'm giving him the middle finger if you don't know.
Why?
If you don't know, they will.
If you don't know, now you know.
Goodbye, Bleach.
Thank you. Can we get some more order in the court? Can we get some more order? I need another mallet for that. Thank you very much. It had to get bumped off.
That's crazy.
That's how good the villain arc is.
Nah, but
I
that's
didn't even
fair.
think
Like
the
that was
villain
like
arc.
that's like one of like the first great arcs that like niggas of like who get put onto anime like come across and like there's nothing better than this. Then they see this shit like Marineford and fucking the Chimera. That's the first opening.
Can't audio that
That's
out.
not even the right theme song
Yeah.
anyway.
Goodbye, Bleach.
Bleach would take this out. Mind you, the best. All right. Wait. Before we lose track.
Yeah.
As of right now, the villain arc, My Hero, top 3. It just doesn't get any better. The Shigaraki character arc, also with everybody else's character arc, every villain that was in like the top 4 of those villains from that organization, they all increased their powers or reawakened the abilities and potential that they did not have at first. The dude that makes all the copies, because of course I cannot remember none of these names. Twice. Bro, I can't remember his name. Can't remember his name. Anyway.
Name is Twice.
Anime's Deadpool.
Yo, but look what happened. He reawoken his powers. Shigaraki reawoken his powers. And it's just dope to see that progression happen right now, man. Like, you can't beat that. I was confused. But you just can't beat that, bro. Like, it has to be top 3. It's up there. It should be legitimized.
Oh, yeah, it's so good. Like
How is your fake villain? He wasn't even the main protagonist. Becomes your main protagonist, technically anti-hero. We're cheering for him more than we're cheering for Deku. Are we not?
So good. It's so
Are we
good.
not?
Now
King
we are
Shigaraki.
though. King. Nah, he's really king though. Like
He really is.
Now, what do you see the climate going forward with My Hero being that Shigaraki now has acquired a new army, and right or wrong, new funding. He's now even seeing what's that big monster shit?
fucking
Mechalonia, whatever.
Yeah.
Like he sees now the guy acknowledges him as his master. Possibly, let's draw up some possibilities. Where do you see the story going from here?
right back to you, because it's time to see what's up with Deku in the gang. Like I want to know what's up with that young hero.
You know what would make this the greatest fucking manga ever? If by the actions happening between the villain organization and the clown dude that looks like Joker's organization, that it was televised. Remember, it was televised. That was not now shown to the rest of the world, and all of the free cities that have heroes become more like a police state. And like there's way more rules enforced of when superheroes are allowed to enact into villains and how they suppress people who may become villains. Because if it gets more militaristic, it's basically an about face on the ideologies of what makes My Hero Academia, at least in the universe with the heroes.
So this is a result of Shigaraki
Trying to get
taking over the Liberation Army.
Yes.
my iron-blooded orphans in this piece.
Yo, it could turn into that, bro. Because right now we gotta see the hero's reaction, regardless with all of this happening with the villains and us getting like super hyper on the villains, we still got to see the aftermath of how the heroes take this. They can take it as a terrorist threat. This can be changed any type of way. It can be like, oh, the villains took over a legitimate organization because that organization run by the dude that looks like the Diestro, the Joker looking dude, it was a legit business no matter what. So now that it's like, oh, the villains took over a company, that's exactly what the Yakuza does in Japan right now with these conglomerates. So now you have a evil organization running a legitimate business. What does that mean on the state of affairs of heroes and villains? Does that make the heroes look more bad, and does that make the villains look more legitimate? You understand what I'm saying? So now you're like, that villain is now the CEO of your company. You work for him.
So in that arc, it's like a very like what's his name, Kingpin-y type of community.
It
where
was.
The villains are running everything.
It can be because that's
It could turn out
technically
that way.
what Diestro was doing. That the Yakuza was doing that a little bit, and All for One was trying to do that as well to some extent, but nobody went against All for One because he was the big bad. Yeah. Now that he's gone, all of these villain enterprises are now pushed into the limelight because they don't have that shadow of All for One who was making all of those businesses work for him. Now they're independent. So we're at a crossroads now that Shigaraki's beaten the only other villain organization, which wasn't by society looked at as a villain organization. It was looked at as helping people with quirks or no quirks.
Regardless of that, though, he actually did take out the other villain organization anyway.
No, he did. So
but were they really villains?
Yeah.
No, they kind of was, bro. Their intentions were villainous. So you got to consider them villains, unfortunately. And that's what happens. So now,
have we heard of the Liberation Army before all this shit happened?
We didn't, because One for All's influence is so encompassing in the underworld. He kept everybody at bay. It
Probably
wasn't
the same reason why we didn't hear about the Yakuza until it was necessary for them to really like show up in the story.
Exactly.
But Yakuza came out when All Might was still active.
Nah, not All Might. One for All. One for All kept all the.
Like, I could see the villains being scared because All Might being active, and then when they found out One for All took them down, that everybody wants to come out the woodwork and get all brazy and shit. But I feel like All for One, he definitely had his hands in the underworld, but he was definitely like stirring the pot. He was definitely moving the cogs. He was definitely making shit happen. Maybe on his time, but he was definitely making shit happen, and everybody was active. So I'm trying to figure out where was the liberation? Yeah, between the Yakuza gang, they've been moving, bro. Yakuza been moving, bro.
But they made sure they dealt not with the superhero affairs. They just got back into the superhero bullshit, which is giving people quirks based off of the research from All for One. Like, All for One was so smart. He implemented all of this shit before he even passed away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's
what I'm saying. Like, he definitely kept shit moving, and people been like these organizations been moving. So why haven't I heard of the Liberation Army?
You don't hear about anything until the main guy is done. Unfortunately, it was all for One's doing, and that's all we heard was that his organization. All of the other organizations was umbrellaed under that particular organization. So when you hear about anything happening, is All for One and his henchmen are doing this, that, and the third. It's not the Liberation Army and Kyoto is just took over a factory plant, this, that, and the third. You understand what I'm saying?
So you're saying the Liberation Army been active, but all their actions been credited to All for One.
Yes, and that's how it is with anything like mafia related or government related that happens. You know what I'm saying?
No, but you get where I'm coming from. No. I have never seen these dudes.
It was never mentioned because.
So for them to be labeled as evil, even though I get what you're saying, they have evil intentions. What they wanted to do, it was disrupting the time. But I'm like, to be labeled as villains, and they haven't really put work or haven't seen them do any villainous acts. Well, you get what I'm saying?
Technically, you did. You just didn't. They weren't labeled the Liberation Army. They weren't allowed to be labeled as such.
But have you seen any of these characters?
You didn't
before?
Not see them.
That's the whole point. Like stuff like My Hero is very, very in depth. So
You know it's very deep.
Those niggas, they were doing stuff. They were doing a lot of stuff.
So they're not. So you're saying the anime is not is not bringing that to light?
oh
Maybe in the future.
I think the anime is actually going to bring that to light.
Yeah, in the
because
future.
Because we still catching up to that season. Remember, the anime ended
Yeah,
with
and
the
then you
Bakugo
never
fight.
know. Like nowadays on the
Yeah,
Liberation
there's
Army, maybe
more-
they want to give them their little backstories and.
For example, a couple of these organizations were suppliers of the materials in order for Nomo to be created. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but it's not despicably said or said such in the background that you're not paying attention. And you can say it's good writing, you can say it's bad writing. I think it's a little confusing, but it does show if you like really, really pay attention, you can see the particular progression. So it's like, oh, all right, these people were already here, but because this person is not here, now they become irrelevant. Now we're hearing their names. Because before we only had an overarching plot centered around Deku and All Might's perspective. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until we got later into the manga, especially like that arc, when they were training in the forest with the heroes and everything, and then that's when the enemies came and ambushed them. That's when it started switching perspectives to everybody else a little bit. We started getting more in-depth fights with the villains. We started getting more in that, like, oh, all right, this is this side of the story as well. That's when the author decided to split it up. As of right now, it's split. So we're like only worried about the villains. But at the point, it wasn't like that. So in that regards, you're looking at, all right, this is how the story is going. Boom. And you're just following it. So
do you think that the author didn't expect such like success? And because it seems like I'm not up on the manga, I'm just on the actual anime, but do you think, because it seems like there's like a branching out, so like at first it's Deku All Might, and then it branches out to like Deku All Might villains, and now it seems like an even more branching out of subsections of villains.
yes.
So do you think that the author didn't expect it to be this much and kind of like looked for a backstory, like, hey, these people could have totally worked for this guy because he was the head honcho, let's see how we can kind of dig around and explore there? Or do you think that was already in his mind when he originally wrote the villains? And
So they're freestyling, or was it already set in stone?
Yeah.
I think he's freestyling only because of the way these new and this is to Bobby's point, the villains are introduced. It's like, oh, all right, cool. He's worried about these people, All For One's people, and then he faces All For One's core group. Then then All For One faces All Might, and then after that, oh, all right, now we're dealing with the Yakuza plot. Oh, now we're dealing with legitimate businesses that are also doing illegal things and fighting vigilante groups and other groups that are like villains as well. You understand what I'm saying? There's a progression, and I do think he's freestyling because a lot of this doesn't smooth over very, very fast. It doesn't smooth over diligently at all. Like there's some little gaps in the story that just kind of doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it's like we're switching perspectives without being told we're switching perspectives. We can't just go from, oh, we're seeing everything from Deku's point of view and the symbiotic relationship he has with All Might, to then all of a sudden we're worried about these secondary characters. They had a couple of chapters with just what's fucking Todoroki's pops?
oh,
Endeavor.
Yeah.
Then we had a couple of chapters with just Endeavor and Hulk. Remember that?
There's a lot of like,
What the fuck is going on with Hulk?
There's a lot of
Bro,
like
Hulk is like a semi.
there's like a lot of sub things being,
fucking quadruple
like,
agent
laid out and shit like that.
Yeah, and it's just like, yo, where are we supposed to come at when all of this bullshit is happening? So I feel that it's a great story, and I will put that story against any other anime story in terms of cohesiveness. But when you look at it from just a universal standpoint, you see these little erroneous ways that shit is not lining up, and it's just, you gotta question it. And then they're forcing the question to be deemed like, oh, okay, cool. Like all of a sudden in One Piece, Kaido's about to fight Big Mom. Oh, like it's just, oh, now that's convenient after Luffy done did what he did. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like the authors are pressured into not having such a cohesive story and dragging it along. And I think that is something that's happened in almost all of the manga we're reading right now.
Alright, so let's bring it back to quadruple agent Hulk.
Bro, Hulk being a quadruple agent enough is just too much, bro.
But do you think he's gonna play a key part in dismembering the Liberation Army?
No, they're gonna kill him. He's literally going to be one of the first sacrifices. Like, remember in Harry Potter with the Deathly Hallows? Wizards were dying, but it wasn't until the Auroras of Dumbledore's army started dying that shit got real. And I think that's what's going to happen at My Hero. If my speculation is correct, and they become more militaristic in the next arc, then it's going to be a semi-little battle or a little war between sub-heroes and sub-villains. Like, heroes not rank A1 or whatever, like the best heroes. Or if they rank A, they're like less. Hulk is going to be a casualty of that particular war because he's playing both sides. And somebody's not going to have it and somebody's not going to believe him. He's very expendable. That's why I think they're giving him a little bit more screen time so that when we go back to him, we feel a certain type of way. So when we do lose him, it's like, damn, that shit sucked.
So how would they split? How would they split the areas into the military and whatnot? Like, how would they? Who would get power, and how would they split that amongst the heroes?
I think it'd be the organization that runs UA in general, like the whatever hero.
Because there's other hero schools and there's other hero organizations.
Is it clear that there's other hero organizations? I know there's other hero schools.
Yeah, because the children they go to the internships.
Different companies.
So I'm like, when you say they're gonna militarize, like, was Nightshade gonna have his own little military force?
No, it's whoever works under him.
Or the Genus?
It's like a battalion. So every hero that's under the particular organization, that's not a vigilante, Todd, because I know you know further about that, they're going to have their little battalions, and they're the leader of their battalions. That's how the military works. You have a couple of soldiers, that's a battalion. That battalion then becomes part of a larger group, which this, that, and the third happens. You understand what I'm saying? So in regards to that, each hero organization is just... It's not as if they were going to be bad militaristically wise. It's just going to be the inner circles that have that corruption that always happens. It happened with the Gotei 13. It's happening in Promised Neverland with the eternal royalty government there. Spoiler alert. Sorry, I do apologize.
I don't know. I just don't see
happens
it
in
getting,
Naruto, bro.
I don't see it getting militarized.
I think it'd be the best for that manga though, bro, because
I feel like more hero organizations are gonna come together, especially when it comes down to like sharing intel and working together so we can abolish this new threat. But military,
yeah, bro. So everybody under the government is just gonna be, it's gonna be like similar to like a civil war because
and they have cops. They have cops in military at that because you saw they was working side by side when they sent down the Yakuza. So you feel like they're gonna weaponize the heroes?
Yeah.
So who's gonna be weaponizing who? Is the humans, the regular people, the Kirkles people gonna be weaponizing the heroes, or the heroes gonna be weaponizing?
The heroes are gonna weaponize themselves in the groups that they're in by organizations, which they feel is for the encouragement of helping them out in the field, and instead they're there to weaponize them. So I don't know if the author is gonna go as deep as I will go. But this, I'm feeling, is like super internal government.
Stop giving him ideas.
Well, no, it may just work out because look, it can be something akin to psychopaths, bro. Like they're using the brains of these villains and people that are killers that are what was it, Todd? Like socio and
yeah, no, it was such a deep word. Like,
yeah, it was on some shit.
Right there.
Yeah, it was on some shit where they weren't affected by crimes or anything. You know what I'm saying? They used those brains in order to make the system better. And I think that's similar to what's going to happen right now in My Hero because it's already set up for you there. If you look at One Piece, I mean, not One Piece, but One Punch Man in particular, there's an organization, the hero organization, that gives out all the grades and jobs and ranking. And then they take care of the self-interest of the city when it comes to these particular cataclysmic grievances that happens against them or attacks. And My Hero is similar. The police is only handling human-to-human interaction. The agents are only handling human-to-human. The reason they even jumped into the Yakuza case was because most of the Yakuza was human. Some of them was villains, and that was to propel their own particular agendas. But it was mainly humans on the police force. They just knew that there was some metahumans, and they needed the heroes to come in. Because lo and behold, not everybody, from what we was told in the beginning, has quirks. Remember, it's only a few people that don't have quirks. the whole Yakuza saga itself was all about people not having quirks. So in that turn, that's what's giving us what we're like going after right now.
Now, with the increase in villains now with the Liberation Army under Shigaraki, and then now we're seeing that the Nomus are becoming stronger and stronger every fucking day.
There's more.
What can the UA or the Hero Society do to battle this upcoming threat? Or what do you think is going to be measures? Because I understand the militarization and all that, but really, Endeavor had so much trouble with that Nomu, and he was number 2, bro. And he's not number 1. You know, All Might had a little trouble with the goddamn Nomu. So I feel like, to be honest, with the Liberation Army, is really not needed. They got a fucking whole army of Nomus that could put in work. Like
they don't have a whole army. That's the whole point. And these Nomus are not as strong as the Generation Nomus that All for One was using. Remember, they always make a point to say that. They still say they're strong, of course. And you got to remember, like, My Hero doesn't give a classifications to the heroes. Like, they're like, oh, he's the number 1 hero, the number 2 hero. But they don't be like A-rank heroes, S-rank heroes, B-rank heroes. So there's some heroes that are extremely, extremely, extremely strong that are just not classified in a particular way for us to understand. It's all about whoever is in the vicinity. And if we know anything from the beginning of the season, when, first episode, they were videotaping her, what was it, Gigantor woman or something? Yeah. Like stopping the villain. You understand what I'm saying? I can't remember her name, but they showed her on camera doing it. So it's become more of a reality spectacle. So they're not used to this like new age, not new age, but reinforced age of like organized crime, which is the villain organization, bro.
But I want to argue that, okay, All for One definitely built some strong ass Nomus, and maybe they're not as strong as they are. But if that's the case, these new edition of Nomus definitely gave Endeavor a run for his money. Am I wrong?
They gave him a run, but
it gave him a run, bro.
It was like it wasn't 2 or more, bro. It was just like one particular one.
And now I say that to say this: the scientist that made these Nomus, he's still around.
Now he runs because he got the money now.
So and they definitely got the money now. So what are they going to do, bro?
The militarization is what
that's
I think
not helping, bro.
No, well, we haven't seen it implemented, but I'm saying when you make things a police state,
right,
there's less high endangered crimes. It'd be more isolated shit. For example,
but
there's nobody getting shot in London right now.
They have a villain that can teleport people at any point at any place, right? So you can have a high military state under surveillance, all type of shit, bro. But I can still teleport into your safest place and drop a Nomu on your bitch ass. How are we going to fend our town, our city, our world?
Bro,
I want to know, bro, because I want to feel safe.
So you're gonna send?
I want to feel safe.
Send your A-class hero.
Jason's now mayor.
What A-class hero is going to fuck with a Nomu that just put the beats on Endeavor?
Todoroki alone, bro. Ice and Fire, he is one of the most potential high...
He has the potential, you're right.
No, has is an under fucking statement. He's actually the most efficient hero out of Deku, Bakugo, and him, and Ida.
That is true.
You understand what I'm saying,
but
bro?
Right
and
now,
he has the
he's
most
not,
experience.
But right now,
and
he's
he will
not
be
there.
able to handle a Nomu if given the chance, bro.
Right now,
his father only has fire, so his father is doing what compared to what he can do, bro.
But right now, he's not there because you know what it takes for him. You know what it takes for him to control the fire.
He's already he's past that, bro. I could have sworn we've been past that.
His body gets cold after a while.
He has to relegate his temperature,
body, and that's what I'm saying. I didn't see any of that yet. Now until we see that in the manga, then I can give it to you. But right now, it's all potential, bro.
All right, and just like we have
it's
not
speculation.
Seen, we have, and you're speculating.
But I'm saying right now,
and right now you're speculating that they even
my heroes is fucked.
No, they're not, bro.
They fucked, bro.
No, they're not, bro. So first of all, you cannot even utter the fucking word to even say that because
as of
you
right
have
now,
not seen
they're
the
fucked.
You have not seen the potential that they can even create another fucking Nomu. The whole last 100 chapters has been about, oh, it's difficult making these fucking Nomus. How the fuck did All For One do that shit. So you're in a fucking crux speed.
And All For
How
One
can
died.
it have that potential?
And All For One
And
died.
guess what? The technology's not
And
there.
another Nomu came and beat the shit out of Endeavor.
And guess what? Did Endeavor win? Yes or no?
By the hairs of his
It
chinny
doesn't
chin
fucking
chin.
Was
With
it
the
All
help
Might practically
of
dead?
with the help of Hawk.
Is All Might not practically dead?
It take two to
Is
make a
All
thing
Might-
go right. Like what the fuck,
Son,
bro?
first of all, you're caping for All Might so much, bro. Chill.
Oh, even
Second
All
of
Might
all-
had trouble. Even All Might had trouble with the Nomu,
Second
bro.
of all-
All Might was already injured at that point.
Exactly.
that
So
is
what
true.
are you saying, bro?
That is true.
Like that All Might was not shit compared to what they could already do, bro.
You have
that
to-
All Might already took his L.
But you have to acknowledge
You
at
can-
this
all right.
point right now, with no further knowledge of
With
no
no further knowledge,
issue,
you have no further
you
knowledge
have to
that
admit-
this Nomu being developed. He hasn't even got the money in his hand. He just said, "Oh, so this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna give us your money. I'm taking over your company."
and now you
Hey,
think
chapter.
okay,
Ain't fucking
and
chopped
you
up.
don't think the scientist that's behind
No, we don't know yet.
fucking
We don't- if we
Megazord,
use
whatever this motherfucker
if we
is,
use their rule-
you don't think he
if
can
we're
build
using
another
their
one?
rule- If we're using your rules, do we fucking know yet? I'll wait.
Yes, as of right now, when I'm at the intel that I do
Bullshit.
have right
Watch it
now,
bullshit. Watch it bullshit.
we have the funding. We can build more
How do
stronger
you know you have the
Nomus.
funding? We don't know nothing yet.
The Liberation Army is loaded, bro.
All right, and then watch when y'all don't create
we
no more
lit,
fucking
nigga.
Nomu.
Sushi for
You're gonna-
life. We
No.
lit.
All right,
Nah, don't
so
like he
are we
said.
gonna do this? You wanna place a bet for the next 30 fucking chapters that Nomu means shit to this fucking manga?
I bet $50 that
$50.
a Nomu is gonna wipe out a hero.
Let it be known.
$50.
Let it be
Right
known
now.
and noted. A $50 bet has
A
been
Nomu
made.
is gonna wipe out one hero, bro.
All right, let me see if that actually happens because I honestly do not see that happening in the next 30 chapters.
All right.
Please tell me. I pray for you to tell me.
All right. So look,
Okay.
now that we off My Hero Academy, let's talk about Chainsaw Man, just real quick.
Wait, what is Chainsaw what?
Love Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man, yo, Ty, break it down.
Please
Did you
break
read
it
the
down.
latest?
Yeah.
Get some airtime.
You want some airtime for Chainsaw Man? Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man's what y'all doing over here?
We're jerking each other up. All right, let's talk about
Yeah,
Chainsaw
you
Man,
feel
bro.
like continue.
So Chainsaw Man's about young boy, and
Wow, jerking each other off and young boy does not go together.
it doesn't at all.
Just put Michael Jackson.
Thank you so much, Todd.
A young boy and his devil dog, not the snack, not the cake product, an actual devil dog of sorts. Damn, I really have to go through that. That's a terrible description. It's very Gintama-ish. What is this, coffee?
Yo, you believe if that's coffee or not?
It's
We're gonna find out.
Yo, viewers, listeners, I do not believe in drugging my cast members
Wait, what?
unless it's Molly.
That's what that fucking powder was?
Shh. Not it.
Oh, shit.
Bookman.
Kind of coffee-ish.
kinda coffee-ish.
That's not coffee.
But yo, Bookman, let me get some of that. Let me get some of that chainsaw talk, baby.
Yeah, what is this chainsaw shit? Put me on.
Chainsaw is in the world, right?
We asked Todd, but alright,
Okay.
continue, brother.
No, because Ty,
Nah,
that's how we
you-
ping pong. I'm gonna start it, and then when I fuck up, Ty gonna come through like and save the shit out of me.
Oh, is that it?
That's what Ty does. He's the fucking Bookman. Then I go, "What's that, Ty?" And then Ty takes up.
Alright, Todd, so
Nah, start it off, Ty.
You sure he doesn't want to start it off? Because, you know, he started it off.
It sounds like you will start off.
No,
I know.
I want Ty.
But there's a very cool, smooth. Nah, he's not smooth at all. He gets no buns. He gets no play. He's probably the worst main character a person could think of.
Basically a bottom feeder.
He's definitely a bottom feeder. He will do anything for whatever the fuck he wants. Whatever it takes. He will lick dirt if it means he can lick boobs.
Let a girl bomb in his mouth, like
Whatever
Wait,
it
what?
takes.
yeah.
Whatever it takes.
How much you got paid for that?
Nothing.
Ah!
And so in the beginning, he had a dog, and the dog had like a miscellaneous string on it. And he would pull said string, and the dog would turn into a chainsaw.
The dog is a devil.
and he would use that devil to hunt other devils for people for money, or for
That sounds like a good premise.
for anything really.
Until a freak accident happened and his dog died. No, he died.
Yeah, he died,
But the dog is alive.
and the dog kind of, in a sense, sacrificed himself for him and became his heart. So now
He becomes a devil man.
my boy has one of those chainsaw levers thingies from his chest, and he pulls it, and then he becomes a devil man.
Is this an anime or is it just a manga?
No, it's just a manga.
This is a manga right now.
Who was releasing it?
I forgot actually.
It's not shonen, right?
No, it's not shown.
It might be like an Ultra Jump or some shit in there somewhere.
Alright, so continue. So, what is his whole premise? What does he do being a devil chainsaw man?
Once he became a Devil Chainsaw Man, and then after a while he was discovered by, I guess, this, organization or group that exists in the world that, like, kind of employs devils, or in a sense also hunts devils as they're trying to stop this, like, major gun devil. That's probably, like, the big bad of the situation. It kind of, like, wiped out a whole, like, some odd million people in, like, point some odd seconds. It was.
And they still can't find this motherfucker.
Yeah, and they cannot find... Like, how you can't find anything that, like, blasted a hole almost, like...
Big ass fucking monster. I
Heard them.
Oh, and viewers, listeners, don't get mad at me. I'm sorry, we made a mistake. Chainsaw Man is definitely a Shonen Jump.
Wait, it's shonen?
I assume not, right? It comes out almost weekly. With fucking My Hero and the Gang, actually.
Yeah, so, like, who the fuck is looking for that? God damn. Let's just hope it becomes more popular. Because I didn't even know about that, but then again...
Nah, yeah, it's pretty Gintami. It's pretty hardcore comedy and very, there's good action, of course, but it's and then the story is very weirdly advanced, and the characters are all insane. Every single last one of them, actually.
Yeah, my man Denji really had to go through a lot. But what right now in the story, alright, so what Ty failed to mention with the certain details, yeah, like, well, let's pick up the devils, they exist in this world. They're like demons, nobody likes them, especially with the gun devil with the bad rep. They're fucking demons that's living in the modern day world. They have an organization, like a Men in Black type situation.
Think about that. Guns are actually banned so that the gun devil can kind of have less power. That's probably why he's kind of in hiding potentially.
Yeah.
But it's also because he's probably a super strong ass devil.
Yeah, so they have this organization where they employ devils, as my man Ty said. So right now, Denji is in this weird space where he's finally having some type of self-worth. Well, he was working for a Yakuza boss at one time.
Yeah.
And they treated him like shit. Like he had, like how he said, he had to kill devils just to eat. They made him lick shit, all type of shit, just so he can eat and live.
Straight up ramen noodles. Literally just straight up getting like a bowl of ramen noodles. Like, oh, I can get that? Some udon? Oh, nigga. What you need me to do?
Wait, the nigga was killing for ramen bowls, bro? Wait.
Yeah.
He's basically a crackhead that didn't do crack.
Yeah. No,
why didn't y'all send this sooner?
No addiction to drugs at all whatsoever. But he works like a crackhead.
That's crazy, bro.
So like he goes on a couple mission with the half man, half devil crew. He's actually finding some self-worth. Like he's actually finding his niche in life, his purpose. And he's finally getting paid and getting rewarded and looking like somebody for doing something he's good at. And he didn't even know by killing fucking devils. This dude, he drinks their blood too. Yo, this dude is fucking crazy.
Power up from that?
Yeah, he gets a power up too. This dude got like a chainsaw on his head, chainsaw on both. Yo, he just chainsawed out. So right now, there's an organization that's working for the devil, the gun devil, and they're trying to come through and take over the association that's working with devils to kill devils. So now the whole first floor is zombied up. They have different devil assassins or mercenaries that's working for the enemy versus now we're getting introduced to like their devils. And then they got like an angel devil, a spider devil, all type of shit. But what I don't like about it,
It's a tournament arc?
Not even.
no,
Oh, okay.
it's not like that. But it's like what I don't like about it with the show is like these devils are like saving your lives, and the humans definitely just treat the devils as like as weapons.
Oh.
Like the guy is giving his men information about their allies because he don't trust them, and he's like, this is their characteristics, and this is how you take them down, just in case. And this is what I don't like about the anime, because like these motherfuckers is risking their lives, and y'all just treating them like shit.
Well,
Especially
they're
Denji.
only good until they're not good anymore. Then they'll basically get killed. So
That shit.
yeah,
Know your enemies and keep them close.
in fact, though. Strongest nigga out here fucking up my son Denji in power.
Alright, so boom, this is what they do so far. Why is it worth actually reading?
That's one of the main enforcers on like this organization that employs devils is like really shady and creepy. We have no idea if she's actually potentially a devil herself or any way, shape, or form. She kind of just squishes people.
Wait, what?
That bitch a devil.
She squishes people.
What,
Niggas
alright,
get
how many
squished.
chapters is this manga up
Not
to
even
right
deep.
now?
It's like 34.
And all of
But
this
what
shit
I-
happened in 34 chapters.
But what I
Yo,
do
it-
like that.
It's basically, yo, you want me to kill devils and I can kiss you, or I can suck your titties,
Wait,
or I
what?
can beat
Yes.
For real?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he gets payment in sexual favors?
Yes. Well, any
Not
type of
yet,
favor.
but anything really.
It's just the randomness of it.
And then like other things will happen where he's like, damn, kind of like, cause like he wanted to kiss his boss, but his boss was like, yo, you have to kill, such and such devil or whatever before we can do that. And then on a miscellaneous mission, one of the people he was working with found out about that in a sense and was like, nah, I'm kissing this nigga first, and then
Hey,
and then threw up in his mouth, and then
wait.
I feel like in the lower
Is this a shonen?
Yes.
Yeah, so we wasn't recording, but from what the fuck they just told me, one dude wants to kiss this other dude because
No, it was a chick.
one
chick,
chi-
it was
oh
a
wait,
chick,
they wanted to
it
kiss a
was a
chick or
chick.
kiss a dude?
No,
You said dude.
I said, but the chick went to kiss the dude,
Chick went to kiss the
threw
dude,
up in his mouth,
threw up in his mouth,
but he was still kind of exhilarated by that. I thought
but he was still
thought
kind
that was kind
of
of a
enlightened by
wanted
that.
to kiss, gave him a lollipop. Was like,
he got a lot of victories, a lot of small ass victories right there.
We cannot consider this fucking victories.
Yes, we can.
All right, this
For
just
Denji,
sound yo.
these
This
are
makes me
victories.
This just makes me nauseous.
curveball.
Yeah. So
All right.
continue on. All right, we're 34 chapters in. What is this shit about? Like, does he work for an organization? Is there any speculative power growth happening? Like, is this a gag manga?
Yeah, I
What is
guess he's kind of being trained right now by their like top tier
operative.
guy.
This guy
literally-
survived plenty of like devil fights. and he's
Literally
only
killed
human.
Denji
So,
a
he
few
now works
60
for a devil
times.
organi-
Probably.
So he works for a devil organization now.
Yeah.
How many different devil organizations? Is it like the NSA, CIA,
Nah,
FBI?
as far as
Well,
we can
it's
see,
under the government.
It's under the government. There's different divisions in a sense. I believe as far as I remember or recall, as far as four, as far as I know, the four.
Alright, so what's the divisions again?
As far as I know, it's first, second, third, fourth division. Fourth division is full of all the like weirdos and shit like that. All the like potential probably like devil men in general. Also, there are a thing called devil men. They're like the hybrids. They're somehow people who manage to live with their devils.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but what about Promised Neverland?
Let's talk about
Wait.
it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about one of the top 3 new manga that come out in the last couple years.
I want to adopt little black child from Promised Neverland, and I want to adopt
Wow.
Phil. Phil's my real son. I love that nigga Phil.
Okay, Phil, father.
Father Phil.
Nah, Ray is my kid.
Nah, bro,
Nah,
I'm
Phil's
going.
smart for a little 4-year-old fucker.
Bro, I'm going with Norman because he's as depressed and psychologically fucked up as me,
Yeah,
thinking
you
he
heard
can
it.
just take everything on himself. As long as everybody else is happy, everything else is good.
Is
Mine-
it everybody else though, or is it just Emma?
Nah, it's everybody else.
But
What?
is everyone
No.
else Emma?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Emma's really the one who's
She's
about
dragging
everybody
everybody.
else.
Oh shit.
I'm Emma.
Shit. In real life?
Yeah.
So you
All I
save
do is
everybody.
sacrifice myself for the good of other people.
And you
And it
want to make
doesn't
sure that
matter.
you can protect all of us?
All of us.
Shit, especially
And
me.
my heart is huge.
My nigga Phil, I'm 4.
Aw.
I'm 4, I'm smart, and I'm gonna be eaten.
No.
Protect me.
Wow. I feel
No,
like
not
you,
on
bro.
my
Because
watch.
because Phil's smart as fuck.
Phil.
Little 4-year-old bastard was smart enough to be like, yo, listen, the rest
Phil
of
Reek.
I'll hold down the little niggas.
All right. So how did you feel, right? Like
Phil.
in the beginning of the anime.
How did you feel?
In the beginning of the anime, right? With like these
You
guys,
did watch it, so.
they're about to get adopted. They're thinking they're gonna get into families and they're gonna live prosperous lives, and you come to find out
To get 8.
that they're gonna get eaten by demons. Like, what was going through your mind?
So I read a couple chapters. So Ty and we went to Vegas, and I got to read how many
Shout out to
chapters?
Vegas.
Shout out! We need to make a trip there as a podcast. That'd be great.
They're not ready for us.
Go Comic-Con Vegas real quick.
You're
Let's go, bro. I don't even know where we can stay at, bro.
So we get an Airbnb. So anyway, so we I read some of it. So I kind of knew it already, like, because it doesn't wait. It doesn't waste much time to let you know like what the fuck is happening. Like it's like
in chapter
instant.
1.
Yeah, like you kind of just see a kid get snatched the fuck up, and you're just like, oh, okay. But watching it, like, yeah, but it gets.
Not gonna lie, yo. That's
Yeah.
just crazy.
That didn't mess me up. It was getting to know the kids. Like, knowing eventually they would get eaten. Like, it wasn't just, like, the first initial reaction was just like, oh, jeez. Oh, there's snacks. But, like, seeing them all, like, get together and, like, playing, and then, like, Norman just gets taken.
How did you feel
and then-
about Norman?
Yo! For how long did I ask you, Ty? I was
There's
in
Norman dad.
denial.
There's Norman dad.
In denial.
I'm like, yeah, he's dead.
And then my denials were correct. But it was really sad. And then, like, I don't know how to feel about Ray. Because he's just so, like, I'm still in the he's a flip-flopping ass nigga stage. So, like, I don't know what's
His loyalty
really...
is to Emma because
Do you guys believe at some point Ray becomes a non-flip-flopping ass nigga?
He is now.
Well, yeah,
No,
this is very true.
right now, yeah, he's a
Yeah,
non-flip
definitely.
flop.
Yo, he's for Emma because
definitely-
technically what happened was initially when all of that shit happened at the Gracefield house, and he was supposed to commit suicide and she saved him instead, he
That was
considered
it, right?
himself already dead.
That was
So,
it right there. Like,
After
I
that,
opened
bro,
my
he
life.
became Emma Hive no matter what, bro.
Emma Hive.
He's worse than the Nicki Minaj
Hive.
fans, bro.
Yeah, because like
that's true.
everybody's always follow Emma. They know she was a little too optimistic, and you know, like some of her methods was like, okay, bro, like we're not gonna save everyone, but like the way Emma's energy and how she makes people like believe in her cause, like she definitely has leadership value. You can see that she's a descendant of the original. What?
Oh, the fucking damn, bro. How can I forget this? It was one of the original humans that had made the promise. The knight that had made the promise before it was him versus the other dude who decided to betray them. But he was like one of the last standing knights, and he comes from them. It was in the last chapter, which Promised Neverland has just been hitting its stride for like the last 30 chapters. Everything is a more advancement on the other. It's so amazing. But basically, she's a descendant. So they kind of pulled a Naruto where, oh, my descendants were the people who created what is going on, and I'm just a reincarnation. They did the reincarnation thing, but it works out beautifully here because we get this flashback 1,000 years ago to when they decided to fight the demons, and somebody decided to like cop out and actually be like, yo, let's make an underhanded play so that we can live our whole lives in peace, not knowing that they fucked themselves up internally.
So do they explain how the demons came about, like, in general?
Oh, bacteria.
Created demons?
Yeah, so those are not really demons. So in the last like 4 or 5 chapters,
What? Okay, so...
there are bacteria that...
Their mind's so blown right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
for
So
the
there are
spoiler
bacteria that
alert.
whenever they eat, they turn into.
Oh,
So it just so happened that
Yeah.
one of those like fish bacteria ate a human, and they understood that human meat was better, and then they became... I don't even know if it's fish. It was just
Humanoid.
something.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
kept
yeah.
becoming humanoid, and the only
they
reason they could keep
realized-
their intelligence is by eating high-grade
Intelligent.
human.
By eating
Thus-
intelligent brains.
And thus the coalition of demons and humans. We're demons. We'll fuck y'all shit up. Listen, this is what we want. This is what we need, and this is how y'all gonna do
And
it.
the
And then
humans didn't want that.
and the humans was like, hold on, buddy.
Nah,
That's not.
initially-
Don't get no Trump on me, fam. I'm Obama.
Oh,
Exactly.
Oh, bam,
So-
bam.
The humans started fighting, and what ended up happening was the last two people that were really, really important to this whole scheme 1,000 years ago was one of the knights who was like part of some kingdom, and then there was another knight. That other knight, the blonde hair one, decided to go and just basically snitch
I'll be some shady
and
shit.
do some shady shit. The orange hair one wanted to fight to the last person. So that's where you get that Emma and Norman are reincarnations of them. So it's really some Naruto Sasuke shit.
So Norman's
Wasn't
gonna
it,
be the flip-flopping ass nigga?
So wasn't it
Eventually.
Minerva?
Yeah. So Minerva was one of the reincarnations, and he was initiating the plan to do that, not knowing that he will eventually be the one to lead these humans to their own death. When he created that little like park where all the humans could stay at, it ended up being taken over by the demons because Minerva was a descendant basically. So it's always that inner clash, and they've always had that war.
But I thought it was cool the way like we thought that Minerva was like an actual living being, but it turns out that Minerva was just an idea that just kept living on.
True.
Let me ask y'all for the sake of He-Man, do y'all think season 2 will end at Goldie Pond?
Yeah, I think when they get to Goldie Pond, it's gonna end when they finally get to Goldie Pond. They're gonna be like, they're gonna see the sign, and the sign is gonna be like, when the music plays, hunting begins, and something, hide or do whatever before the music ends. It's gonna end right there, and then the music is gonna play, and then fade to black.
So
That'd be the best way they do it.
So they technically have some dumb humanoid bacteria running around because all they can get are like
Animals.
Yeah, like the
And
demons
that's
that
why-
you see, like they look that's
They-
like
you know, they
close
look-
to animals.
They're like
They're
that
the ones
because
eating
that's what
wild
they
animals.
eat
They're gonna
animals.
just eat wild animals. The demons that's like more sophisticated. and
Like
noble,
literally all the
they
humanoid
have
like
the
demons
greatest
are.
pick of brains, and they have to keep eating smart, intelligent creatures to stay in smart, intelligent.
That's why, like the Girin family right now, that Joey and Norman, aka Minerva, and killing the capital of demons, basically, is still trying to keep his humanoid form because he makes sure all his people give him the best of humans first. And even then, he is still not able to keep his form as much as he would like. He was way different and less ghastly and less beastly before that. You know what I'm saying? So it's all basically a battle of product at the end of the day, and that's what they're going through right now. So Norman is like, yo, we blowing this whole shit up, fucking all of this up.
Fuck your couch, nigga.
Yeah,
Well, you find
fuck ye,
Norman
fuck
was
whatever.
Minerva that whole time.
Yep, and nobody even know he's not Minerva. You know what I'm saying? The queen, because we see in the last couple of chapters, she doesn't know as in depth as everybody else knows, because everybody's trying to still like they're so humanoid now that they're all trying to keep their jobs.
okay.
And they're trying to keep their privileges. And then they get on everybody who has had lost farms or whatever. It's like very, very political and childish. So it doesn't. The whole anime and manga shows you that no matter what, it's humans are still humans no matter what form they take, and that's what's happening right now in Promised Neverland. And it's a big all-out war right now.
Yeah, so motherfuck the Ratchet clan. But what I like what Norman did, he definitely found the outcast demon clan that was cast aside by the noblemen and was tricked out of their whatever their inheritance of becoming the grand lord and noble demons. Found them motherfuckers, got them on their side, and now they tearing shit up in the city.
Yup.
So outlandish in this bitch.
Now, we all know in manga, anime, story plots, period, shit ain't gonna go as planned. So Ty, are you up to date? Right?
Nope, actually.
So
Wait, I read half of the last chapter, bro. So
I already know
right
that.
now, all I see is the
I already
chaos.
know that last
We
shot.
don't see like I didn't see a final like, oh, all right, this is the end of the battle per se. But the queen did just be like, oh, Jiren, it's you. So she does know who Jiren is, the Jiren clan, and the old king, the old nobleman Jiren. And we're not gonna find out anything further I honestly believe that the demons may win this initial battle, and it's going to be up to the humanoids to actually kill the demons.
The humans.
Yeah, and it's going to be Emma in particular because she has come back after Grey, and they realize what the truth really is, and they made a new promise. So Emma's obviously, for story wise, is going to cop out, but I think Norman does die.
So what was it? What was the new promise that she made?
Bro,
Get money or die trying.
Get Money or Die Trying? Bro, that was a dope ass album, bro.
Nah, it was get money, fuck bitches. No, fuck demons.
Yeah. Fuck the. Yo, I honestly can't remember the fucking promise.
That's exactly
I think
right.
it had to deal with something where the demons didn't need the blood of humans anymore, and having humans be assimilated into the other world. But I can't say that for sure.
Well,
honestly.
we all know that's going to be along those lines.
True, along with her promises, but. And if I'm not mistaken, did she not put her life as collateral?
They all have to. Even the leader of the Ratchet clan had to.
Oh, so that's why they're tied to that shit.
Yeah.
And that's why the little demon shit, whatever that shit was like, no matter what, your people will always guard and be the facilitators. All right, then that makes sense.
So what is she gonna have to give up? Oh, let's speculate.
I think she's giving up her life. Her, Norman, and Ray.
Her existence.
Yeah, they're like,
That's a lot for 11-year-old.
or if they can like clone her or some shit, but she's giving them the highest grade of. She's technically the highest grade of meat right now.
Not Norman?
No. Emma has both Norman's intellect, right? And then Ray's calculativeness. You know what well, Norman's sporadicness and Ray's like technicalness. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She has like almost everybody's abilities. To me, she's like ultra in that fact. So I think she's probably just giving up herself and to be the clone and the sole provider of meat for the demon world.
Well, because they're trying to clone her so that they could just get really smart brains constantly.
Just get mad normal meat.
Most definitely, bro.
Normal.
Alright, so I'm going on Twitter right now, and it's like shit pissing me the fuck off. Like, why is everybody like gun ho, die hard, JoJo stands? Like, what is it about
JoJo's
fucking
life.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure that's got everybody like so fucking hyped? Like,
JoJo's life.
JoJo is the
It's one of the
shit.
most balanced anime out
How many?
Joseph is my favorite, but
How
it's
many
like,
mangas
come
that
on.
you got with a whole
Girl,
generational
fuck it.
cast of characters, my nigga, with like more backstories than you actually need in life.
It's immaculate. It's immaculate. And it's seamless. Seasons what? There's
Alright,
no
so what's
seasons.
your favorite? Who's your favorite JoJo?
Old man JoJo.
Giorno
Oh my
Giovanna.
Oh
Jonathan.
my god!
Oh, shit.
Nah, that's why I fell in love with that nigga too. Like I be saying that shit at work religiously,
Old man JoJo.
strolling through the hallways because I
It
be
seems like
watching
the
it
newer
with her.
generation is like really sticking to like not even Josuke, but really like Geo and that whole arc.
The JoJo.
The Geo.
I'm still in catch-up mode.
That's JoJo in Italian.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. You learn something new every day.
And that's why his name is Giorno Giovanna. Dio's son.
Alright,
The
so
Chosen.
He-Man, you said you like Joseph. I like Joseph too. That's my man. Okay, what about Joseph that gravitated you towards him besides his crazy antics?
The fact that, well, so in watching JoJo,
Yeah.
Jonathan was a haze.
Jonathan was so fucking simple. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It was
it's
just
a
9
haze.
episodes of a simple man,
Yeah.
a simple gentleman doing gentlemanly things.
Yeah, it's just
You know,
a
I take
haze.
offense to that because my official name is Jonathan. So.
I'm sorry.
I'm not taking offense to me.
That's why you had to change that shit to Jace.
You a simple gentleman doing gentlemanly things. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with that.
Beautiful. But it was
I take so much offense to that. Yeah, I do not know.
but it was a haze. It was very fast and run through, and it was just like, what's hamon, like, and cheese? What's going on? And then
The Baron.
yeah, and then Joseph came, and we fell in love with what's my little blonde haired, the love of my life.
Susie Q?
No,
Oh.
not that
Gio
crazy
or
bitch.
Gio?
No, rest in
No,
peace,
Joseph, and Joseph's art.
Oh, Caesar.
Caesar.
My son Caesar Zeppeli.
Oh,
Yo,
Yes.
motherfucker.
The last time we got a Zeppeli on deck.
That
So
is true.
sad and broken.
And then he had that little black kid following him from the hood.
My son Smokey.
Smokey!
At
Don't
least
be hanging on
stop.
my son Smokey. You actually got to
Yo.
see soon because you're near that episode. But my son Smokey is running for like either president or mayor right now. My son
Yes.
Smokey is the truth young black
He's Barack
entrepreneur.
Obama.
He's definitely Barack.
And then you find out that
That
Lisa.
tell you that Air Gear did it first.
They definitely did though.
Air Gear did have
They
Obama.
definitely had straight Obama in their manga.
And Hillary Clinton.
That is true.
It's just good. But I'm biased because I haven't seen a lot yet. And I don't like Jotaro because Jotaro is a fucking womanizing, chauvinistic pig. And he's a jerk to old man Jojo, alright? And his stand is very strong, but his heart is not. So,
I was a little deeper than I thought.
alright.
Yeah, but can you explain your boy talking about? First of all, he didn't even want his daughter dating a Japanese man,
Exactly.
but he
But-
goes had a whole other relationship
Step it
With a
out.
Japanese
with a Japanese woman.
Step it out.
Stepping.
Yeah, that broke my heart. I tell Ty all the time. Like, I
Awesome.
had mad love for old man
And I
Jojo.
love me some Josuke too. That nigga's a truth on
But
the
don't
love.
forget, my man Joseph from New York. You dead.
Facts though.
And he had that kid mad old too. Like, what are you doing? Go home.
That nigga had to put mad hymen in that sperm.
Come on. Imagine he screws him over. Okay.
No, he go, oh my.
God.
Nah, yeah, I believe that. Definitely.
Oh man. But yeah, but I'm biased, and I'm also just it'll probably change when we
So
get a
who's
girl
the best
JoJo.
JoJo?
The girl JoJo.
Jolene.
Haven't even watched it yet.
Wait, what?
Jolene.
Jolene Cujo.
Jolie.
Oh yeah, man. See, that's why y'all niggas gonna be reading shit like that. See, you remember my son Jotaro season 3 and shit like that. When I guess they will, if they plan on it, if they animate season 6. Season 6 is about Jolene Cujo, who's Jotaro's daughter, and it's a whole prison escape adventure, and it's gonna be very epic.
But you know what I like about JoJo's Bizarre Adventures? Even though I feel
The
like
generational magic,
it's overrated.
the way
But-
the story connects all the time.
Yeah, and I feel like through each generation, each time that it comes out, it touches base on whatever time we're in. Like I like with the Geo arc, where you know they have a lot of coloring, they have a lot of risque content, and I feel like now with these kids growing up, like you got the homosexual kids and they're coming out and trying to be comfortable in their skin. I feel like
And it's crazy is that time of year is actually like 2001.
you know. And I just feel like, they're catering to their audience, and they I get it. They know what they're doing. Shout out to JoJo.
They definitely know what they're doing. Son.
They know what they're doing.
Generational. Just read it. Just learn. Just love it.
The tie-ins are beautiful.
I should tattoo a stone.
The author loves fucking American music. That's why all the stands are basically named after American artists and songs.
What
The
season
CDC.
did they have? What was that shit you put me on to?
Well,
On the ending credit, the ending song?
oh well, all the ending themes are
Jodeci?
American anyway, but it's
was an
definitely
R&B?
it's Jodeci. It's freaking
Yeah,
you.
that's playing Freaky.
Yeah. Like,
Freaking you as an ending theme in 2019
JoJo though.
for an anime.
bro, the
Freaking
culture is
you.
real, bro.
It's
That's all I
real.
gotta say on that end.
Nah, yeah, that nigga listens to mad black music. The majority of JoJo's, they're all their like stands are named after like Prince songs or albums and shit like that. Most of the bad guys are named after like kind of hardcore like metal groups and shit like that.
Alright, so wait, this is what I gotta ask now. Speaking of like black music and the incorporation in basically anime in general, is anybody else watching Canon Busters, or am I the only one?
Woo!
Love some Canon Busters.
Nah, this is a Canon Buster friendly podcast.
I'll have to
Bro.
watch that shit again with He-Man.
It's so fucking dope. The incorporation of so many different manga and like influences there. It feels like I'm watching like an MCU fucking movie. It's just like, yo, that looked mad familiar. oh, I know where that person is from. Oh, that looks like Spike, or it's giving me a little bit of homie from Samurai Champloo, like Mugen. It's giving me like Mugen, and then like Shorty is giving me like the average princess we always have, even from like Gundam. Like it's just giving me that like quiet demeanor, but then has like a secret power. There's even somebody that looks like Shorty from Kakegurui. Like bro, like that touches upon anime's like the the ropes that anime usually go through.
Troops.
Yeah, the tropes and like how it's like being implemented is dope, bro. It's like I'm just like this is what I've always wanted.
That shit is an American comic made by LaShawn Thomas, some nigga from the hood.
Now I hate to be the white guy in the room.
Mind you, he's like second darkest.
Yeah, but honestly, okay, I like the tropes. I like where he's going with it. But what I don't like, how you say, especially with the Kakegurui, the chick that like the chick from Kakegurui, I don't like that I can point out all of these cliches. I don't like how I can point out all of these animes that I see was influenced by this anime. I don't like that. I don't like that I could easily spot it. I don't like that part about it, that aspect. I want to root for him because he's black, and I'm with the more coloring of the anime characters, especially the MCs. But I don't like the fact that I can point these things out.
In any anime, you can point that down.
Not even nuance, but if he's gonna, how his art is great. All great artists steal, right?
Okay.
Nobody has an original thought.
Okay.
But it's your job as an artist to remix it in a way that I don't even see that what you've stolen. You get what I'm saying?
But what if that is the point?
She has a point there. It can be more of a parody. Dave Chappelle show on Comedy Central. Yeah. It was satire. So it can pull even a One Punch Man, which does satire and a parody all together in one aspect. You understand what I'm saying? Like
I understand that.
But that's what I'm saying. So these characters are meant to look this way so that we actually we can relate and it can make us feel more comfortable because you got to remember it. And I hate to say it, there's not a lot of people who care about black anime characters. They don't even care about black people in general. So when you're throwing all of this black anime main characters, black villains, black secondary villains and main characters, people take it a certain type of way, and they may feel uncomfortable. So you have to give them something that they're comfortable with.
Yeah, like what was that Netflix Jaden Smith anime?
Neo Yokio, which
that
was like
was
New York centric, but
but that was like explicitly black for the reason that
there
are
the
certain things.
Boys in it.
Yeah, it's specifically black. Like it's this is a black anime, and maybe he didn't want it to be a black anime. Maybe he wanted to be a mix-up, a mishmash of animes with black characters. And that's why he gave that nostalgic point out. Like, what was that movie that had all those different characters in it? What was that?
Crash?
What?
No.
Like any Scream movie?
That they got into the video game and...
Ready Player One.
There you go.
Yeah, Ready Player One.
And I think that, like, how all the hype on that was like, oh, we don't give a fuck about what's actually happening in the movie. I fucking saw Deadpool walking next to, like, Chug Lee. Like, these are the different, things that you're feeling. So maybe that's why he did it, to kind of get that grasp in and get people thinking about things that they've seen before. It's thematic.
Yeah, but as a pro-black, and as me seeing this is like one of the most staple, most, blackety black animes out there.
Definitely.
And being a black man, I could tell that anything we put out is going to be tested, is going to be criticized, and it's going to be, they're going to try to downplay it any which way. And I just I'm looking at it from the opposition's eyes, and I can see how the opposition can tear us down. And that's why I didn't like that aspect where I can see the influences like plain as day in these animes. Even though all these animes that he's been influenced by, I love them. Don't get it twisted. I see the Cowboy Bebop.
That's why
I see the Trigun.
That's why people love Canon Busters.
Yo, I'm not gonna front. And the same reason why I don't like it is the same reason why I love it.
That's exactly.
So like, what do you do when you're in that position, though, bro? Like, you don't like it because it's too tropey, but you like it because those tropes actually make you feel a little bit more comfortable.
It was just familiar. Things that was familiar to me.
All right, so imagine it's familiar to you, but those tropes are heightened so that it can be familiar to people who are not of that skin color, so that they can relate even more. So they gotta like, it's like Boondocks. They had to drag it a little bit, bro.
No, I get that, but Boondocks is a comedy, especially. And then when we bring it back to Neo.
Boondocks got a lot of anime aspects to it.
That's an
Neo
aspect, but
Yokio
I couldn't see a lot of tropes.
It did. He had
Because
a
that was
mecha. It was a
explicit.
fine. He had a group. He was the leader of the group. Everybody else had a different class system. Mero was a little bit more richer than Jesus, which was the black dude. Like they were
Can you point out an anime?
right now.
No. When you watch Neo Yokio,
Yes,
you can
the
say
fucking
only
robot
thing-
butler was Gundam.
Only thing, no, actually the robot
Pat
Gundam.
Labor, actually, if you want to
The
get more
robot
technical.
Gundam was actually Transformers, to be honest.
No.
That looks more like Megatron.
No,
from
that
Megatron.
look. If you have you ever watched Pat Labor?
Have you ever watched Megatron?
Yes,
And
it
Transformers.
looks more like Pat Labor.
Kind of look more like Megatron. Bro.
No, bro.
You're trying to compare two things that are completely different because the aim of Neo Yokio, in the same way that the aim of Boondocks was to be inherently black, in your face black. This was not supposed to be an anime with black characters. This is a fucking black anime made for black people, just
Is that
like
not
Boondocks.
Canon Busters? Because Canon Busters, he's driving a pink caddy. Pink caddies are a
Bessie.
black man's.
Yeah, but it's
Poofy.
more nuanced because what he's doing is he's implementing
Bessie's
it
the
with
answer.
these different
Everyone
other
should get a
animes to
Bessie.
make people comfortable.
Get
So
yourself
it's
a nice
not
pink
as
caddy
in your
that turns
face,
red.
You know,
Pearlescent. Candy paint.
fist with a pick.
Well, I guess we're going to agree to disagree. But when I watch Neo Yokio, I cannot point out animes that they
I
was
haven't watched
inspired
Neo
by.
Yokio.
Only thing I can
No.
really say.
They're not gonna judge
It's
me.
more than even anime. It even steals from Sabrina the Teenage Witch because he's technically a witch. Like, and he has to do this because his family was doing that in the past. That's
Okay, I get that.
That's Sabrina.
But I
Like,
can't point out any animes.
bro,
That's what
I
I'm
could
saying.
point out two: Gundam or Pat Labor. Pat Labor.
I can't go with Pat Labor,
You
bro.
gotta
The
watch
dude
Pat
looks
Labor.
like Megatron.
It
The
doesn't matter.
butler look.
But guess what?
Pull
What
up
is-
Megatron,
what is-
bro.
all right, but what is Transformers? Is Transformers not Japanese? Exactly, it is Japanese.
Okay, and that's one
So,
anime.
boom.
That's one
Thank you.
anime. Okay, so name another one.
And then he's a fucking witch hunter, bro. I can go Vampire Hunter D, bro. I can go Demon Slayer. I can go Slayers when they were
Yeah, but
witches
there's
themselves hunting witches.
there's plenty of those animes, bro. I'm
That's
saying
what I'm
when I
saying.
watch
You said point out one.
when I watch
gave you one.
Canon Busters, no, but you're naming like that's a broad.
I can go
that's
Slayers alone.
Slayers alone, but that's like a broad genre, bro.
No, it's not.
It is. How many animes
Bookman.
about defeating?
Bookman.
What?
How many animes are defeating witches, defeating demons, defeating like?
What is Hellsing?
I'm saying I could pinpoint a specific anime when I'm watching Canon Busters. I can pinpoint
Yo, what is
a
Blood
specific anime,
So why
bro.
can't
What
you
is
see
Blood
it?
the Last
Like I
Vampire?
can see.
What was that animated
That's not
show?
What
what
is
they're doing.
Castlevania?
What
Wait,
Neo Yokio is
wait,
doing is
wait.
artistry. They're
Yeah.
stealing
What
without
is
you
Vampire Hunter
actually.
D?
It's
What?
vaguely stealing. This is specifically
Clearly Vampire
stealing.
Hunter.
Canon
What's
Busters.
that animated show that was on Comedy Central? That it had there were a whole bunch of different characters living in a house.
Oh, drawn together.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't you see that as his version of Drawn Together, but a little bit muddier? Like he's muddying the lines of that a little bit more. But that's what he wants you to get the feeling of. That it's a whole bunch of different anime characters from different animes.
Well, maybe
What
it
if
was the way
that's his theme?
Maybe it was the way it was introduced.
What episode are you up to? Because I'm up to episode 6. And there's oncoming lore character art that's developing where we're like, oh, all right, there's actually some detail within this world, and the prince that she's looking for is actually more important than we thought, than what we initially wanted to think, because it was like your run-of-the-mill action adventure shit. There is becoming a deeper lore in it. So I think you need to go through that hump, at least for what is it, 11 or 12 episodes?
I'm not saying this sucks.
Too many kids
I'm not
dance,
saying the
so-
story isn't good. All I'm saying is I just don't like the fact that I can really pinpoint and especially with the Kakaguri girl, you're killing me, bro.
Yeah.
If he drew the same character and just put different colors on her hair and made her skin a little paler and then put a star on her eye patch. But that's the same chick for Kakaguri.
Anime. There's
Bro,
a Kill character just like that.
There's also a character like that in High School of the Dead.
Thank you. Oh yes, thank you.
Either way,
you
bro,
always have
I
like
can
your
still...
Kogome or Kikyo character with the flat bangs with the sword.
Female tropes.
When he bro,
Female tropes.
when he
Please,
did that,
go
he
into more
killed
detail.
me. He killed me.
It's called female tropes.
He killed me, bro. You can't. You literally bit off the character of Kakaguri. You killed me, man. Other than that, it's a good storyline. It's developing, and I like I said, I like the fact that I can see things that I'm familiar with. Maybe that's his niche. Maybe that's what he meant to do. But as a black anime, first black canon anime, I just expected a little bit more originality, and I didn't want nobody like me to come out and say what I'm saying about this anime just because I'm black.
Are we not considering Afro Samurai?
Because that's hella black.
Yeah.
That's That's literally Samuel Jackson Black.
Yeah, bro. So, like, if we're talking canon anime, that's definitely like part of their like. This is what defines black anime.
I was watching that shit on motherfucking website.
Yeah, bro. So, and I personally think Canon Busters don't do good enough. There's no very dark-skinned characters, and the dark-skinned characters I've seen has actually been more evil than the light-skinned caramel characters that I've seen there. Because all of the protagonists are caramel skin, but most of the villains are dark-skinned. The shorty with the telekinetic arms, however she's controlling that, she's darker. That one warrior knight dude that's a little slow, but you know he just knows how to fight.
From what I gathered, the first episode, the outlaws, the what are they called?
Bounty hunters.
The bounty hunters, they were black.
They were darker.
And they were the antagonists.
You understand what I'm saying? And it just so happens that the robot is going to be considered a light-skinned character, so she's light-skinned black. So now what we have is dear white people mixed with our fucking anime. Thank you, Netflix. I definitely wanted to know the cross references between all of your shows. What is next? You're gonna put Ozark in the anime?
Hey, I need that. That'd be fire.
That actually would be fire, but like, come on now. No, it would. Ozark is the shit, bro.
I'm actually just starting to watch Ozark. I'm like 4 episodes in.
Oh, bro, that shit gets so much better than what you're on right now. Bro, I can't wait for the next season.
Well, if you want to go to talking to Ozark, there's we got a plane ticket to America, and I think the plane is leaving around midnight. If you want to catch that, but right now we're in Japan. Shibuya Station.
Wow, so somebody's typed that American cinema is getting a little bit better, but that's okay. That's okay. We can go back to what was it we was talking about again? Promised Neverland.
We talking about Canon Busters, but now
and Canon Busters. Bro, Canon Busters is, when it comes to black anime, it's dope. We gotta see further and see if they switch up some stuff. But as of right now,
see that second season, man. First season is pretty normal. It's pretty like I know this plot line in general. You can tell the plot line itself just from watching it. The only I guess real shining aspect of it would probably be like the miscellaneous character arcs of all the characters. Like they really I guess touch into that main group, Philly the Kid and Nine and Sam and I forgot what the robot's name was. I'm just gonna call him Wally.
Wait, the robot girl shit?
Nah, the little robot that she's with.
The maintenance one.
Yeah, the maintenance robot. I forgot his name, so I'm calling him Wally.
I thought it was a girl.
I'm gonna still say it's him. Their name is still Wally.
I told you need a new Gatling gun.
Know those pronouns.
His name is Wally.
There.
Alright, so on another, even know about the Kickstarter that started about a couple months ago, probably almost a year ago. It's anime, and he actually has a manga and an anime being released in, I believe, 2020, 2021, called Akai.
It's cool.
Bro, legitimately, I'm waiting for chapter prologue 0 to come out. It's supposed to be out at the end of the month, but I definitely backed him on Patreon because I just really thought that was dope. And he's 25.
There's a whole black manga thing. I forgot. I think it's called Noir Caesar or some shit like that. And it's just strictly black filled anime, just black characters in manga form, basically doing all sorts of things that we love watching our favorite Japanese characters do and shit like that. But it's just straight black people. And light skins.
Fuck it. Top 5 black anime characters.
Ooh.
Fuck it.
Yoichi.
Oh wow.
That's automatic.
Automatic.
All right.
Damn, black character.
Black characters.
Bob from Tenjo Tenge.
Ha!
To my son Bob.
Yeah, he's going.
What about my man from Cowboy Bebop?
Who, main character? No, Jed is not black.
Jed's not black?
No, Jed is white.
Nah,
bro.
Jed gotta be black.
No, Jed is
That nigga
not
mad
black,
white.
bro.
Jed is white?
Jed is white.
I was getting like light skin.
I was getting
he's
like
not
brown
even
skin.
Chris Brown vibes.
Nah, he got
Maybe
that.
in the live action.
Nah, not even then, bro. Nah.
My man smokes cigars. He talk
make-
with a.
It makes stir
He
fry
got
pepper.
that.
It
I play
makes
pool
stir
and
fry.
drink whiskey on the weekends type black guy feeling me.
Hey, I take offense to the whiskey drinking, okay? Because I am number one
My
whiskey
fault.
drinkers
Henny.
for us. Oh god, you can have that cognac. Top 5 black anime characters: Killer Bee, Yorichi.
How do we forget Killer fucking B?
We
Yo, wait.
Yo, cause
And
they was
not
gonna
to
lynch
cheat,
us if we
'cause
ain't take Killer B.
If I really wanted to, I could be like the pops. I can really put him in there, but let me not cheat. Bucha from Air Gear. Let's get it. We have, if I'm not mistaken, Chad is Mexican. I was gonna say Chad from Bleach.
I'm gonna bust your heads open.
Oh no, the dude from Dararara, the black Russian sushi maker dude.
Nah,
Yes,
fuck that.
yes,
I'm about to
yes.
bust your head
Let's
open.
go. And then,
Oh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
from Dragon Ball Z. I fuck with it, yeah. We going there because he a reincarnation of Boo. Let's go.
I was gonna go. Well, can Scar be considered black?
Yeah, Scar is actually
Why not?
black. Wow, and I got the Full Metal Alchemist tag. I should know that already.
That was a good one.
All right. We have Scar. What else? Who else?
Ty, I know you got me.
Do I? The butler chick from Hunter x Hunter.
All right, yeah, with the dreadlocks, yes. From the Zoltan clan, yes.
Oh yeah, definitely Michiko. Michiko's definitely black.
Michiko.
No fucking no one says.
From Michiko to Hachi.
Michiko and Hachi.
It's a cute little anime.
It's a cute little cowboy bebopish anime.
All
Fucks
right.
with it.
What else? That's
And a
3.
lot of black people.
It's a lot of black.
And he's supposed to be Bookman.
Nigga from One Piece.
Which nigga? Not Rob.
Oh,
Nah.
Iceman! Okoji?
Oh shit, yeah.
Koji. And I was
Nah, you wasn't gonna say it.
but I was talking about the swords nigga
Yeah, wait.
Oh,
from the Alabasta arc.
Oh, see, what the fuck?
oh, his whole body was a sword.
Mhm.
Yeah, his whole body turned.
The nigga that Zoro cut.
He was
up.
under Crocodile.
And he black?
Definitely
Yeah, he was black. He was definitely black. Oh, everybody from Fisherman Island.
Might as well be black.
Might as well.
Might as well be black. Bunch of Rasta-ass fish.
Facts.
Hey, man.
All right, so what is that? 4? You got 5 on you?
Because you know Jinbei black as hell.
Jinbei. That nigga's definitely black as hell.
black.
Let's
The black delicacy claims Jinbei. And Tiger.
Why you giving him big?
Tiger and Bunny.
No, you did not say that.
No, but my man Tiger.
No,
What I was thinking about is that when I heard him go Bunny, I was like, oh, Tiger and Bunny. I
he
think
was
it's
a
black.
typical black fucking character, single
Yeah.
father.
That nigga Bunny was a black single father.
Struggling, trying to keep it
Yo,
afloat.
yeah, serious. All right.
Nah, give me that
That
time. You
nigga's
out there
wild
crack.
Yo, the bullshit that exists.
Nah, he's
between
wild
you.
black.
Nah, he's wild black, bro.
The bullshit.
If anything, he's definitely king minorities.
King minority.
That nigga was struggling.
And he was losing his power at
Low-
that.
low class
wait,
hero.
wait. So, Bobby, top 5. And then He-Man, you have to have a top 5 as well.
What? No.
He basically named
No,
like
free.
members of my
Nah,
top 5.
Wow, so you have the same top 5?
On the shiny black.
Well,
nigga
we
from
named
One
like
Punch
top 10, but yeah,
You
I was.
can't- all right, so you don't have any more? So you're trying to say there's only 10 dope people in all the black anime?
Well, I'm not gonna cheat and
No,
say
but-
Afro Samurai from Afro Samurai, but
Wow, that's not a
That's
cheat.
black.
It's just what it is. It's
I
life.
mean that's just.
You could have. What's this nigga's name? Shiny Dark Alloy or whatever from One Punch Man.
Ah!
Don't get no blacker than that.
Yo, he has
Blacker
to
than
live.
night.
Nigga
Yeah.
got the
Oh,
lips,
my
the real
fault.
nigga
I would
lips.
have to put in my top 3 Mr. Popo.
Oh my
Wow. Did we confirm whether Mr. Popo does blackface?
One nigga dark entity.
Dark entity.
I think he might do blackface.
Yeah, I think he did
Definitely
blackface.
No, Mr. Popo is black as night.
Because I could have sworn in the Mechians was the black people that when I first started watching that shit.
Wild green.
Oh, what about
Wild
the chick, the Pokemon that looked like Mr. Popo?
Oh my god.
Jinx?
Dead.
Jinx.
Wow, no, that does not count.
Yo,
They're
that's
not
a black
He could have
sister.
just said rock.
That
My
is
nigga.
a black sister.
He could have just said
Oh, he
rock.
coulda said
Why couldn't he
Brock.
just say rock? Like,
He's definitely black. That nigga high as
That
fuck
nigga
all the
Brock,
time.
that nigga Brock is
Afro-Latino.
Spanish.
Afro
Brock
Latino.
is-
That's what I'm saying, right? That nigga Afro-Latino.
That nigga be
like,
high as
That's still
fuck.
black. Don't diminish my culture.
That nigga Dominican as fuck.
That nigga black as
That nigga does hookah.
high
He
as
does.
shit. He does do math.
Alright,
play
but
dominoes.
you got one more character. We give you Mr. Popo. We give
You know who I was feeling low key, strong but silent chick, the Ara Kanar from Bleach, and she turned into a shark. I forgot what number she was, but the blonde hair black.
No.
Oh, Halibel.
Yeah, wait, was
But
she
she might
nine?
be.
What
She
number
might be a little Spanish on the low.
Yeah, she had blonde hair, my G.
Well, they all have fucking Spanish names,
She's a little tan. Well, you're right.
Yeah, they
She's a
did.
little tan
So
skin.
she is Spaniard, so that doesn't count.
and she
Next.
did have
This
blonde hair.
Halibel.
Yeah, she
Next.
could have been Dominican. I don't know.
Halibel.
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 Holly
It
Bell.
sounds Spanish.
Yeah, that's what her name. Halibel. Halibel.
Oh, that's a
If
shitty
she
name.
was
Yeah, she could have been Spanish.
Alright,
She's
so
doing it.
are you exhausted out of your top 5, OG?
Yeah, I'm pretty. I named like my top 5 with Ty, and I named a couple characters that I thought should have been put up there. So yeah, I think I'm good.
Alright,
I'm waiting for you to. I'm waiting for somebody to bust my head open though.
I thought I did that, but alright, cool.
No, Ty bust my head open with Tiger. He pulled out the crack
Yeah,
of his
yeah.
ass.
I was like, oh, you said bunny, nigga? Tiger and bunny, nigga.
Any chance I had to name anybody was
was black.
snatched up. Although I will say, in my obscure knowledge of like random anime
You'd be
movies,
surprised how many black people you know.
all right,
Mm-hmm.
the clown from I always quote this movie because it's my favorite movie. The Little Nemo's Adventure in Slumberlands.
He's
That nigga
wild
was
black.
as shit. That nigga was walked around with a fucking cane and the
And nigga was a pimp clown.
Yup.
He was a real pimp clown.
He was
Oh my
definitely
God.
black. Alright.
So that's number 1.
No, that's all I have. That's not
Oh,
anything.
yeah, I told you, like, we was naming all
Those
each
are
other
my
like top 5 and shit.
contributions, yeah.
Alright, so that's kind of sad. There needs to be way more diversity in that. Definitely more diversity.
I mean, we can say people like Philly the Kid now, and Sam,
Yeah.
and Kelby, and black as shit.
Black as shit.
I don't remember the dude's name, or the Mexican wrestler nigga. He could probably be black on the low.
Listeners, please let us know. Do you think Mr. Popo should count as a black character?
black anime
That's
characters?
the more important.
Mr.
Bro,
Popo.
that's a
Yeah,
Popo.
did we miss anybody? Let me know.
Oh
That's
yeah,
sweet.
Tosin. Tosin's black.
Tosin.
Fucking the ninth captain and shit like that.
Oh shit.
Isn't there a black guy in
There's a couple of black guys in fucking One
Yeah,
Piece.
we're just not naming them all.
Damn it. Seven Deadly?
Just a black guy in 7 Deadly Sins.
Can we say
Oh,
Blackbeard
yeah,
is black?
No,
Or is he
yeah,
Spanish?
he's not
Or
black.
darker
He's definitely
skin.
Dominican.
He's Dominican,
Isn't that-
right?
He's like
Girl,
Cuban.
black.
Yeah, he's like a
honestly.
Cuban Dominican, right?
Yeah.
Isn't there a family of darker skinned people? That she's evil in the beginning, and then she turns good. Or is she just like white girl with a tan?
I don't know. You
Wait,
might be thinking of
who?
a whole.
With her little brother.
Oh no, she's mad white though.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Wait, what was that?
7 Deadly Sins.
Wait, what? I've never even heard of 7
I pulled the
Deadly.
Jace, that girl with that brother who did that thing.
And I was like, I
Oh,
got it.
wow.
I figured it out.
Yeah, that's pulling the Jason.
I was like, nah,
Okay.
she's white. A little light skinned thing.
Alright. So,
Are we missing any other black people?
we definitely are. We're
The
like,
listeners will let us know.
yeah, they're gonna let us know on
I
that.
feel like we're not missing nobody. I feel like we named all the black characters we can name.
Black Coalition.
Definitely. So, alright. As we about to call this out, everybody should give their top, let's say 3 future predictions of what's going to happen in the top 3 shonen mangas. One Piece. Are we giving it to Promised Neverland, or are we giving it to My Hero as number 2? My Hero. And then what's the number 3 top manga for Shonen Jump? Do we have a top 3?
I feel like from the youth's point of view, there is always going to be My Hero, Demon Slayer, and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. And yes,
No, he actually is recording. So
yeah, but I feel like from the youth's point of view, it's definitely going to be Demon Slayer, My Hero Academy, and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's basically what's going to be for the youth right now.
One Piece doesn't get the youth.
Slayer, My Hero, and like Black Clover for the youth.
Ooh.
They love some action, so.
Black Clover reminds me of Bleach, bro.
Black Clover reminds me of Naruto.
And Harry Potter.
I feel like it's following the whole Naruto scheme to a T.
Facts.
Just feels that way.
But you
Not
really
that it is.
I see people. Honestly, I don't see like people gravitating toward Black Clover. I
I
rarely
don't see
see
it either, bro, because One
Yeah.
Piece still has basically the whole generational,
One Piece is the truth.
the generation since 2000.
But it's just a simple fact that One Piece is so hard to get into, and I'm talking about like as youths like that's just getting into anime, like they're just watching Yu Yu Hakusho.
Those niggas are scared of the 800 and 900 and 700
Yeah,
episodes
like-
of One Piece and Naruto and shit like that. They don't want no
And you
parts
know
of
the
that
whole
shit.
So then it's
construct
gonna
of being
be-
youth. We have to
No,
knock
no, no,
down
I got you
whatever's
I got you right
top.
now.
We have to
It's gonna be-
bring in our new walls and break walls, and whatever you guys thought was cool was fucking whack.
All right, so then this is what the top 3 is going to be if it's for the youth. It's going to be Fire Force, My Hero Academia, and then number 3 we're going to have either a mixture of One Piece fans who are trying to get into it, or we're going to have a mixture of Dr. Stone fans.
Ooh, Dr. Stizzy.
And Dr. Stone is one of the few manga out there that generates no particular type of action, but is still extremely popular, which is very, very difficult to do.
So the only thing with Dr. Stone is, it's too okay. Not for me, you say, but I'm looking at like popular consensus. It's too much science, and
Nigga, science is the answer. I love me some
no,
science.
I'm not knocking it, and I'm saying this is not for me, but I'm saying from a natural, the average consumer anime who just want to get easy digestible content. You know what I'm saying? Like Dr. Stone is really not gonna take to them as easier or which as quicker would like Demon Slayer or Promised Neverland or My Hero. Dr. Stone is like you really gotta get in your bag and really think when you watching.
I think it's the
Oh, go ahead.
artwork that people are attracted to Dr. Stone because
That is true.
it's technically a manhwa who's basically drawing a manga for Shonen Jump, which is, if I'm not mistaken, and somebody can correct me, I don't think has ever happened. Boichi is a Korean manhwa artist, so
Luigi.
and it's given us something different because I don't remember the last shonen that I was so interested in that barely had any action. Like,
But this is from you. I'm talking about let's look at the average consumer of anime, especially
I
the
think
youth
they're
right
into it because that science,
because of the artwork.
the artwork, and then even the science shit is like, yo, this is so simple because
Yeah, like
they
it-
do talk about it in simple terms. I can go and try to do this in my house, and then they even say, "Hey guys, don't do this in your house." Like it just,
Yeah, like in manga form, it might be tiring, but watching Dr. Stone as an anime, it's probably like the best thing you can do. You'll legit learn shit and be like, oh, I'm about to try this real quick. Pause this, rewind this real quick.
Let me
How
tell
I
you
do
something.
this.
What do you think about Stray Dogs?
I mean, I love Stray Dogs. Stray Dogs is literally an anime filled with fucking all the characters are literally like Japanese authors from God knows what time period. I can't remember really, but it's a really good shit.
They
It's
give
like
a 1950s feel, but they have cell phones.
yeah, it does. It's very
yeah, Bungo Strength though. I've never got into it, so
hopping.
and I think it's on what Crunchyroll, right?
Yeah.
It's on everything.
Yo,
I don't
Crunchyroll, do
believe
y'all
it's a
need an
shonen,
ad
though.
in this segment? We'll give you an ad. Sponsor us.
Cut
What
that
is
check.
so what is this exactly about? And why is it worth watching?
So my son, Azushi, is a were-tiger. He was a kid who was basically taken in by a church of sorts and beaten senseless and trained and basically thought he was going to be worthless and stuff like that. Till one day he broke free. But in reality, he didn't really break free. He just couldn't control his power. And so he started, rampaging through town as a were-tiger until he met this guy named Daizai, who had this ability called, like, no human life. And basically he would just touch anybody who potentially had, like, abilities and whatnot and cancel them out.
And nullified. The funny part is, he didn't even know he was the fucking weird tiger.
Yeah,
He
did.
helping him find himself.
What the fuck?
But the first time they crossed paths, Daizai was trying to kill himself because he's really obsessed with suicide. He just wants to die some sort of weird romantic way. It's ridiculous.
Is he an immortal character?
Nah, not at all.
Oh, so he's
No,
just,
he's just
attempting
really
suicide.
obsessed
That
with
nigga's
suicide.
just really obsessed with
He looks
suicide.
up ways to kill himself.
Wow.
Think about it on the
And
regular.
I guess he's not succeeding at all.
Nah.
But he's
He's a tactical
he's an
genius
elite.
for sure.
Elite.
Probably could have ran the Port Mafia when he worked for the Port Mafia. He probably actually was the person who was probably supposed to, like, be the successor to that, like, whole thing.
Yo, tell him how the Port Mafia boss even got to be the Port Mafia boss.
I mean, the Port Mafia boss got to be boss by killing the last one.
Yo, this dude was in
And
his
he was,
deathbed
with
the dude was
picture.
in his deathbed, and the dude was talking to him, and he was like, "Yo, you gotta send these people out to kill him." And then with his little doctor scalpel, slashed his neck, and was like, "All right, we're done with that. I'm in charge now, and this is how we gonna do things here."
On some straight mafia shit.
Yeah, and he was just a regular ass doctor.
So
He
wait,
was just a
does that- 'cause
doctor.
I've seen clips, and the way they dress, I can give that, like, Depression era mafia shit. Is it similar to that? Like, is it really?
It's kind of old timey. I feel like I haven't seen what would feel like a modern car. I feel like there's no modern cars in there, but I feel like they drive like these nice old timey like vehicles and shit like that.
Older than Bakuno?
Nah, I wouldn't say older. I'd still say it's a little more modern. I'd say like, it'd probably be like 9. Yeah, it'd probably be the same.
What, 1930s?
Yeah.
1940s era? Alright, I definitely have to add that to the list right now. I'm just definitely trying to finish up, damn, what is that shit? Chrono Busters? I can't even remember that shit right now. But, no, what is it actually? I'm so fucking lost. Whatever that fucking anime is, bro.
The new black anime Canon Busters.
Canon Busters. Damn, y'all could have just helped me. Chrono Canon sounds the same.
I was thinking of a whole nother show. Like,
What-
You're
what-
about to
Chrono
lose your black
Crusade?
card.
Alright, well, then let me just put that out there on a limb now, since I've already lost it. But, yeah, I gotta finish that. Bro, and then I'm trying to rewatch season 2 of One Punch Man to give it another chance, because I can't believe how shitty it was. Am I the only one that feels this way?
No, it's pretty bad. Animation wise,
Disgusting.
it wasn't as good. And I was expecting a lot because like it had a lot of like good moments from the manga and shit like that. And it's like, damn, it wasn't as good as it could have been.
Somebody posted a tweet about that where it was, the manga versus the anime, and the manga panel sped up to look like in succession looked way
fantabulous.
fucking better, bro. I think it was when he was fighting Speed of Sonic again, bro.
When he did his super serious
yeah,
fucking side
yeah.
jumps.
Bro, yes, it was that one, and it was just like, wow, this looks so much fucking better in black and white
That shit
manga
looked
panels.
mad clean in the manga.
Yeah, like, bro, like, calm the fuck on. I know JC Staff did the anime, and they're the same people that do fucking, Shogeki no Soma, Food Wars. And Food Wars is beautifully animated at times. They could not do that shit for fucking One Punch Man? Bro, get out of here, son. Like, they should have just stuck with fucking Studio Bones, bro, and called it a fucking day. Because look at what happened with the 100. I mean, Mob Psycho 100. Mob Psycho 100 Season 2 is marvelous, bro.
It is though. That's just mad beautiful. Mob Psycho is literally like one of the most beautiful visual like animes.
Nah, that shit beautiful as fuck, bro. Especially that final fight.
Yo,
with the leader of the psychics.
Tell me a final fight that's as good, bro. Like, we have Mob Psycho 100 season 1. That was a good final fight.
Also Reagan.
Like, yo, like, yeah, Reagan's fight.
Reagan and King.
So, like, where are we coming at in that regard, bro? Like, Todd, where are we at with that?
What, animation or Mob Psycho in general?
Just animation wise, when it comes to One Punch Man too, like, what can be changed? Should they do it over?
Hell yeah, why the fuck not? Like, it really wasn't like that great animation wise. It wasn't impressive, like, I mean, I'm always gonna like a good anime fight, but like, they weren't as visually stunning as when like fucking Saitama took down a fucking big ass meteor, or when he fought Boros and shit like that. Like, that Boros shit was mad clean and crisp. But like the final fight for like season 2 wasn't really like, it was kind of shaky. It was weird because it was really kind of shaky. I felt like somebody threw on the VHS real quick, had to do some audio tracking. It wasn't great. It wasn't the best. They should do better. They should do it again.
All right.
I feel like nothing is that bad right now, animation wise.
Which is a good thing. So on that note, we're just gonna leave it as some animes need to get much, much better quality wise, and then the new age of anime, it's pretty okay so far. So we're dropping on that note with, we guess One Punch Man season 2 is okay.
Yes.
We do know how awesome Shigaraki is. We do know how dope Promised Neverland is going to be. And if y'all need anything else when it comes into regards of anime or manga, please hit a Shibuya Station group on Twitter and definitely on Instagram. Bobby, would you like to take it away for everybody?
All right, ladies.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.